There are many individuals who take up the cause of international human rights, and all of them make important and valued contributions. However, few have the long-standing influence of Bianca Jagger, a force of nature whose charismatic and dynamic personality continues to generate effective changes globally. Born in Nicaragua in 1950, Bianca won a scholarship from the French government to study at the prestigious Paris Institute of Political Studies, and became fascinated by the forces and movements that shape lives and determine individual outcomes. It was here that Bianca first encountered the teachings of Gandhi and his belief in nonviolent protest, an introduction to Eastern philosophy which would underpin much of her future thinking. It was, however, Miss Jagger's mother, discriminated against for being a divorced working woman in a patriarchal society, who most influenced her outlook of the world. Bianca has shown unwavering commitment to speaking up for women's rights, campaigning tirelessly to end violence against women and girls, not least to stamp out female genital mutilation. In the 70s and 80s, Bianca led a well-documented, high-profile lifestyle, associating with world-renowned figures such as Andy Warhol, all the while amplifying the voice of the most vulnerable. A global fashion icon and mother to daughter Jade from her then marriage to Mick Jagger, and a grandmother to Amba, Assisi, and Ray, and 3 times great-grandmother to Ezra, Romy, and River. And I think River is here with us today. She has never lost sight of social injustices. A number of experiences then firmly set Bianca's life on a new path, defending victims of human rights violations and fighting to shine a spotlight on communities facing extreme challenges with no voice of their own. Bianca has since used her profile on the world stage to progress the causes in which she believes. In a 1979 visit to Nicaragua with the International Red Cross, she was shocked by the brutality and oppression perpetrated by the Somoza regime. In 1981, Bianca was part of a U.S. delegation to Honduras and came face to face with a death squad leading a group of refugees towards the border with El Salvador. The delegation felt compelled to intervene and confronted the would-be executors with cries of, "You'll have to kill us all." In a tense standoff, the squad relented and the captives were released. The world saw how, armed with courage, humanity prevailed. To this day, Bianca has continued to fight for meaningful change. She has made significant contributions to international campaigns against the death penalty, crimes against humanity, and to the defense of indigenous peoples, including the Yanomami of Brazil. In 2005, she founded the Bianca Jagger Human Rights Foundation, of which she is still president, and has been a Council of Europe Goodwill Ambassador since 2003. With strong ties to Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and the Red Cross, it's no surprise that Bianca has received many international awards, among them the Right Livelihood Award, known as the Alternative Nobel Prize. Her work has been recognized worldwide, and Bianca has honorary doctorates from Stonehill College, Simmons College, the University of East London, and Roehampton University, and now, of course, Middlesex University. Ms. Jagger remains committed to campaigning against human rights abuses, especially in Nicaragua. She has consistently called on the international community to take more of an active response against the increasingly grave human rights violations and perilous conditions facing the people of Nicaragua. She has particularly focused this work around the plight of Bishop Alvarez Lagos, who was condemned to 26 years and 4 months in prison earlier this year after refusing to board a flight to the United States to be deported. She continues to raise concerns about the political repression of the current Ortega regime recently making a direct appeal to Pope Francis to intercede on behalf of Bishop Alvarez. A friend to our university and a regular speaker at a range of events here in current parlance, the very epitome of a positive influencer focused on human rights and the agenda of fairness. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Bianca Jagger as an appropriate candidate for the award of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
With the authority conferred on me by the university, I admit you to the degree of the Doctor of the University, honoris causa. Many congratulations.
Thank you, Bill, for those kind words. No matter how much you prepare to give a speech, especially one like this one feels a lot of trepidation and nervousness. I am thrilled to be speaking to you here at the University of Middlesex to celebrate the graduation of the 2023 alumni at the Business and Law Faculty. Congratulations to all of you in this wonderful day. And thank you for your welcome. First, I would like to thank the Chancellor, Dame Janet Ritterman, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nick Beach, and the Academic Council at the University of Middlesex for conferring on me the award of Doctor at the University honoris causa. It is for me a great honor and a privilege to receive it. I would like to thank my guests who are here with me today. First, Mark Stephen, CBE, and who is the chair of the Bianca Jagger Human Rights Foundation and co-chair of the International Bar Association of Human Rights. I will also would like to thank Baroness Helena Kennedy, a great defender of human rights, a champion of women's rights, and who is the director of the International Bar Association Human Rights Institute. I have here with me my granddaughter, and probably that may be my grandson, my great-grandson, who is saying hello to me from afar. I have here, and I'm very, very touched that he has come, my dear friend Geordie Gray, the editor of the Independent newspaper, and my other daughter, or my adopted daughter, that I love so much, Alexandra Bergloff. And of course, I wanted to say that my dear, dear granddaughter, Amber Jackson, is here with my little great-grandson. I would like to dedicate this award to the courageous Bishop Rolando Alvarez Lago, which Bill mentioned, who has been in the notorious brutal Modelo prison for 141 days, and who has been held captive by the regime of Daniel Ortega for 330 days. I have spent the past year denouncing the Ortega Murillo regime persecution of the Catholic Church, but not only of the Catholic Church, the persecution of political opponents, of women, of campesinos, which I'm not supposed to say peasants, but poor farmers, but I don't believe that that really represents what campesino is, and of intellectuals, of journalists. And that has been my main concern, but it's not the only concern of the Bianca Jagger Human Rights Foundation. And it is for that that I would like to call upon the regime that they present a proof of life and immediately release Monsignor or Rolando Alvarez Lago, Bishop Alvarez Lago. Thank you. You are privileged and very lucky to be graduating from the University of Middlesex, a bastion of excellence of which I am a great admirer. I'm delighted to know that the percentage of women at the university in general is 50-50, men and women. But I'm even more happy to learn that in here at the faculty, it is 51-50 for women and men. And that you in this university have a student from 70 nations. I would like to know if anyone in here is from Latin America. If it is, wonderful. What country?
Dominican Republic.
Wonderful. I wanted to know that. Congratulations to be here. I would like to tell you a little bit about myself, although I must say to you that I am flattered and really touched by the words of Bill that told you so much about me that I almost have nothing more to tell you. But still, you already know that I was born in Managua, Nicaragua. I was also privileged and very lucky to receive an education at La Inmaculada. That was the school, the Catholic school that was run by nuns where I was educated. And if there is anything that not many people know, it's that I am a good Catholic girl. Because once a Catholic is always a Catholic. My mother believed that education was the best gift a parent could give a child. My parents divorced when I was 10 years of age, and my mother found herself single, without a profession, and with 3 small children. My mother being discriminated against because of her gender and her status as a divorced working woman was for me a really important experience. My mother believed in women's emancipation at a time when women were regarded as a second-class citizen and were expected to devote themselves exclusively to homemaking. Witnessing her discrimination, the discrimination that she endured in a patriarchal society, inspired me to become an instrument of change. I promised myself never to allow anyone to treat me as a second-rate citizen. And as a result of that experience, I committed myself to speaking out in defense of women's rights. I look back at that experience and I realize why and how that shaped me to become a feminist. A word that for many years I feared to say, but which today I am proud to say I am a feminist. When I finished my primary education, I applied for a scholarship to the French government. I was surprised and overjoyed when I learned that the French government had granted me a scholarship to study political science at the prestigious Paris Institute of Political Studies. This was a huge opportunity for a young girl from Nicaragua, and of course, I seized that opportunity with both hands. I wanted to tell you how important it is, as it was for my mother, education. I am a great believer in education. I believe that every day gives me a possibility to learn something new. Of course, I learned Spanish in Nicaragua, and I learned French when I studied in France, but you know how I learned I became an autodidact and taught myself to speak and to write in English. And as a human rights defender, I can tell you that every day there is something I can learn. So please remember that. Please, if there is anything I can tell you, to many of you, or any kind of advice I can give you from my own experience, it is seize the moment, enjoy today what you are achieving, because it will be a great memory when you look back to be part of this great institution. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. I am a great believer and have lived my life believing that an individual can change the course of history. I know that Gandhi said it differently, but I think that I have come to conclude that each one of you can make a difference and can change the course of history. Don't think that life is an issue to always be regarded as if you are a popular. This is not, don't use your life as a competition for popularity. If it is any, if there is anything that I can teach you, is that the issues that I have aborted, the issues that I have committed my life to, championing justice, defending human rights, civil liberties, peace, and the environmental protection were not popular. So my life has not been about being popular. They have become popular over time. So if you're going to do anything and determine what you are interested in and what you want to commit your life to, do it because of your convictions, because of your belief, because you believe that's what's right. And one day you may find that you were all along right and maybe the others were not. I'm not going to come and tell you what lipstick you should use, as a great feminist did when she gave a very beautiful speech. But I will say to you, don't listen to all those magazines that tell you that you're supposed to wear long or short skirt, that you're supposed to cut your hair short or long, and how you're supposed to look. Learn what are your assets. Learn what are your weak points, and then make use of that to make yourself look better, which is what I've done. None of us, I don't think that there is no woman or man here who can tell you that they're satisfied with everything they have, even when they are the most beautiful. But believe in yourself. Believe that you can make a difference. Go out in the world to be a prominent person. You will be able to achieve that. I now congratulate you on everything you have done so far, and I hope that you will make a difference in the world. Thank you very much for everything.